On today's episode of WatchJRGo, my entire garage smells like transmission fluid, and it's this thing's fault. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today we are here with my 2007 Hummer H3. And as I mentioned in the last video, this thing leaks transmission fluid. And it looked like a little bit in the last video, but it's been in here for one day, and this is how much it's leaked now. That is outrageous. Like, this is an actual stream. I know it's tough to see, but that is so much transmission fluid. And today, we're gonna go try to figure out where it's coming from. Is it the pan? Is it a $5 fix? Or is it something way more drastic, a terrible fix? And you know what? Somewhere over here, on this shelf is, or I threw it away the other day. 4L60 filter and gasket. I've had this in here forever. So let's head on over to the Car Ninjas. We need a 2-post if we're gonna do this job. And there's a rubber gasket. I don't think this is the problem one bit, but if it is, I would be the happiest man alive because that is a gigantic mess. It looks like the Red Sea. It's so red. And next time I park this in here, I gotta put a pan under it. It's cool that I had that on hand. Maybe it fixes it, and maybe it's something way worse. Before we dig into this thing, I gotta add some transmission fluid just so we can take off. Let's see, somewhere in here is the opener, down here in the bar grill. Before we leave, here's a quick technical note for all of the tech guys in here. I know there's a lot of you. This is the camera we shot everything on yesterday in the Corvette video. And it was incredible. It makes everything look like a movie. Its autofocus is spot on all the time. But if you notice, during our rollers with the Corvette, all the footage was shaky. And this camera has OSS and IBIS. It just is completely stabilized. The Sony G Master lens, however, is made for shooting really good stills or movies, and it does not have built-in stabilization. This has IBIS in it, and it's very good, but it's not good enough to handhold this camera. This camera is insane. And I'm gonna just make a quick little stinger for you guys so you can see what the FX30 does. And then we're gonna put it back up. This was for the tech channel and it's gonna stay in the tech channel studio unless we're shooting crazy car stuff. Driving down the road right now at 1500 RPM. You know, it's in what, third gear or something like that, 30 mile an hour. Tell me this fan doesn't make this truck sound like the most broken thing on the road. This is probably what was going on. They thought the transmission was slipping. So look at, that's 2000 RPM. It sounds like it's completely broken. It sounds like the transmission has fully given up the ghost, but in fact there are notes in the user manual for this truck because I was Googling a couple fan issues and somebody pasted the manual in there and it literally says, fan noise is normal, your transmission is not slipping. I don't know. The transmission could still have problems, but that fan is insane and it definitely makes you think it's broke. It's probably one of the worst sounding things. It's like a semi, you know, or something with the fan always engaged. And before we head over to the Car Ninjas, I'm gonna rinse this thing off because it's a muddy mess and nobody actually wants to work on that. So I'm gonna try to clean up wheels underneath a little bit, engine bay, and hopefully that makes it a lot easier to see what we're working on over there. It's possible we're just gonna give up on the H3 for the day because they're busy in here with a bunch of cars and I don't wanna have to take up a lift. So John's over here doing this engine swap on a Subaru Forester and I was like, I'm in, let's go. So just put in this radiator fan here and we're just kind of throwing this thing back together as quickly as possible because obviously they want to have it wrapped up today. So it's moving right along, but he's on the worst part of the whole job here. And you guys already know what that is. It's that lower, it won't focus down there, but the lower radiator hose clamp.
Stupid clamp, unclamp.
You're getting there though, huh? Getting it. Oh yeah, you have those super cool custom hose clamp pliers. Those are sweet, dude. All right, well, I'm gonna tighten these down. we're just gonna put you guys right over here, and we're gonna continue putting this thing together. Throw on this radiator hose and put back all the plastics. And honestly, what's your opinion on this swap? How was it?
It wasn't as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
So they have these pretty much bolts on the bottom that stay in there.
Oh, okay.
So when you you have to you undo a nut, and these studs stay in the bottom. So then you just slide the whole engine forward to get it out of the bell housing on the transmission.
Okay.
So it's kind of tight, but it's not too horribly bad. Now, if you're doing it in the garage, it sucks.
Yeah.
Speaking from experience.
But it's also like, it separates right here, right? Like,
yeah.
So
you can kind of get to everything. So
nice. And I was very impressed by this. One big connector for the whole engine harness. You don't have to strip the engine.
Yes.
So, all right, let's rock and roll. Just a couple seconds later, everything is pretty much back together. I guess we go ahead and hook the battery up too. I'll go get oil, you do that.
Sounds good.
John's going underneath to put on this shield and the grounds. How much oil do we need? Go look it up?
Yeah.
All right, I'm on it.
Hey John, you let our competitor film here?
Yeah, I'm telling everyone the trade secrets.
No!
John, battery time?
Yeah, battery time.
It looks like we could do a battery and some coolant.
And coolant.
Nice. Good old coolant. I'll let you do the fun side first. All right, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
It didn't even spark.
What's up with that?
I made the sound effects for it and all. All right, so we've got our oil here. Just poured this. Give it the concoction. This is so nice, filling oil like this, dude. It's like cheating. You guys are cheaters. I would never.
No, I thought you were gonna like Bluetooth it.
Yeah, I could have
there.
Bluetoothed it from all the way over there, no problem. Typically I do. 20-foot pour.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
Sorry, you had this prepared.
Yeah.
Well, John's got some cool stuff here.
Yeah, we got the Subaru coolant system conditioner. Put that in there. I don't know if anybody's super, Subaru people, but
You gotta have this apparently?
you gotta have this stuff so it doesn't, sit on the heads there and corrode, and then your head gasket goes bye-bye.
All right. Wow, that actually looks like you're putting blown head gasket into it.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
You're pouring in the... That's either bar stop leak or head gasket.
The sauce. It's
Yes.
the sauce.
Subaru's like, they need this. Oh man. Okay, we're ready for coolant.
Yes.
And a couple seconds later, we are down to just a hair more coolant, and this thing is good to go. So all the fluids are in it, battery's hooked back up. I guess you could start it now if you want.
Yeah, could scare Ben.
Yeah, that'd be actually the best thing if we jump scare,
Yeah.
start it, and then hold the horn.
Ah! Oh, not yet. Okay.
Sending. That no fuel. There it is. Look at that.
Hey!
Brand new reman engine for them. Who would have guessed it works? Hey, AC on? Not on. There you go. Okay, cool. Send it. It's fixed.
Yep.
Well, Johnny was like, what's this going to take you guys, about an hour? So John and I said challenge accepted, and this took about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Does the hood fit? Oh yeah, look at that. It's got PPF on. Oh, it has a PPF line or something. Yep. This is all because I definitely didn't want to work on the Hummer. This thing seems great.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's quiet. It's smooth.
It made it all the way to 103,000 miles before needing an engine like
Yeah.
the Subaru.
I mean, that's
Impressive.
yeah. You just changed the whole engine out for the spark plugs, right?
Yep.
Alright.
So the interval on the spark plugs is like 100, but the engine's 103. So you
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah, just wait a little bit.
This one's loaded too. It's nice.
It's got a sunroof.
Sunroof. Wow, that sunroof's gigantic.
It is. It's got the big old freaking screen in it.
The screen looks nice. I'm a fan of this thing. What do we got here? Let's see. Menu.
Like, can I play DVDs on the road?
I think you have to. Oh, no nav DVD.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
We're here to figure out the transmission, so we're just gonna skip right to the passenger vent. Doesn't look very good. Anyway, so we've got a 258-16720. This is a GM part number here. Bought this straight from old GM. And what we have to figure out today is, how do you take out the vent? Oh, that's nice, man. Brand new. It looks like you pull. It's got little
So pry bar?
clicky tabs. Yeah.
Biggest pry bar you got?
I honestly think, like, it looks like you need to rip off the trim. Oh, the trim's already ripped off. So then you can just slide a screwdriver back in here. Push in the
press down
tabs.
tabs.
All right, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Oh, and it looks like to get this out, if you need to, the correct course of action is pry from the bottom because it hooks at the top. All right, we figured it out. Oh, look. I see. So this might just come right out.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think one side is caught.
It is. I need a pry bar.
Or that.
It's a pry bar. Isn't it?
Everything bar.
I heard on the internet this is a pry bar.
Oh. Ultimate solution is hammer. Oh, there we go.
Wow, look at all the dirt in this thing. All right, let's go throw all this junk away. And oh, wow, yeah. Snap in our new one, and I'm gonna clean all this up first. It looks really bad. All right, I think this was only like $30 too, so it's really not bad for fixing interior trim. And that is all it took. And now the vent operates properly. No more broken fins, and I cleaned everything around it, cleaned down in the air vent itself. It's like brand new. Honestly, I didn't realize this one's a little broken too. One tab's broken on that one. But you know what? It works. We're gonna leave that one alone, that's for sure. All right, we got the H3 on the lift. Let's get this thing in the air and try to figure out where that transmission leak is coming from. And I'm also getting HP tuners updated on the laptop so we can try to tune out if this does have the electric controlled clutched fan. These literally have wires going into a mechanical clutch fan, and it can activate and deactivate it. We're gonna try to tune that out if it has the electronic fan and just put a normal clutch in there. So that might be an entire video, or it may just have a mechanical clutch. We'll just kind of figure this out. Let's get this thing in the air first and see what's going on with the transmission. We might be inspecting the Hummer, but the reality is we're just talking about Taco Shop in here and how they used to have unlimited tacos on Mondays. Do you see this, dude? Look at this. There's a full-on stick inside the trailer wiring.
It's supposed to be there.
Oh, my bad. Okay. But we were talking about how back in the day, Taco Shop had those unlimited tacos, and I would go there and I would eat 13 of them every Monday. And then Ben one-upped me here.
You have to. 26.
I don't think I can eat 26 tacos if I had to, dude.
Well,
That's...
when you're in high school and you're doing sports all year round, you're growing.
Yeah?
You need all that nutrients.
That checks out.
Taco nutrients.
Yeah. The fake tacos that are so cheap they can give you all you can eat.
They're 89 cents for one taco.
Yes, it's amazing. We got the whole crew under the Hummer here. So I just went underneath this thing, and every pan bolt was loose. Not like crazy loose, but loose. And one of them, of course, that one's stripped out, which is Oh, did you just get whacked?
I just hit my head.
Oh. And it is a new transmission. We need to call Jasper and see when this was put in. But 571783. And it looks very recent. And you know what's weird is I felt around on the converter and it's dry. So maybe it's not the front main. Maybe it really is a pan leak.
Or just not tight enough pan leak.
It's still way overfilled too.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's way overfilled. There's transmission fluid on here's the transfer case covered. Transfer case motor, cross members, everything is just covered. Gas tank.
That's a rust preventative.
Gas tank's covered. Yeah, it's actually really nice. It won't rust. But there is just, the whole bottom of the car is wet.
Everything is.
You know, we're thinking that this may have so much transmission fluid in it that it's coming out of the vent.
It's just peeing it out.
And also, if you notice, the retainers for the transmission cooler lines aren't on. Shout out to, did you see any leaks up there?
I didn't.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's dry.
It's pretty
Bone
dry
up there by the cooler.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, and there's the vent, and the hose isn't on the vent, and there's nothing coming out. This hose right here that's the one that goes to the vent. Right there.
Yeah.
And it's not hooked up.
Let's put those back on.
Oh, you got the clips on too?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. There is a legit chance this thing is just completely over full. Because it drives fine.
I bet it's just over full. It's peeing everywhere.
It is peeing everywhere. I've never seen so much transmission fluid on the bottom of a car.
I'll just try that and then run it through a car wash like 90 times and then see.
I'm going straight to the car wash then. See? The only thing that's annoying is we did find an oil pan leak. You can see that drip right there, which is definitely engine oil, and it's coming from the plug.
It's not the rear main.
Plug's trash. And there's a leak here on the transfer case input. But no CV boots are torn. Honestly, in good shape for 200,000 miles. It has 198 on it.
Not bad.
Not bad. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Like, all the bushings throughout look good. The shocks have been replaced. The fronts are reflexes. The rears have been done, but they look like they were factory ones again. Bump stops are trash. They're nice and hard now. You can see those. That's okay. Bump stops aren't that important. All right, well, we still have no idea where the fluid's coming from. It might be the pump seal. That's the only thing I can think of.
Maybe, but I mean,
yeah, I think I just need to pull fluid out of it and see what happens.
Because I mean, inside the housing, it's really clean.
Really clean. The converter's not slippery at all.
It's
the
like
flywheel, you can see it's dead dry right there through the window.
And it's all like, there's nothing on it.
I guess if we pull out that plug, that inspection port,
Maybe.
there's a little wetness right there inside, all the way at the plug.
All the way up there.
Yep, you can see a lot of.
So maybe that's it.
It could be, but that also, you know, it can go in through there, so it could be coming out of the pan.
Yep.
And into that.
And maybe it all depends on how full it is too, because it could just
really
blow
does.
out that front seal also.
But the whole top of the transmission is dry. There's no leak around the servo, anything like that. No leaks from the cooler lines. This is just a weird failure. It really could be so over full.
They'll leak out eventually.
I think we just need to call Jasper and see when this went in. That's probably the best thing to do about this.
Yeah.
Just kidding, it was low the whole time. It's at the cold mark. So it's probably leaked about a quart out on my garage floor. So I guess it was not over full. So here's our new plan. I'm gonna put a quart back in it and I'll drive it and we'll see if it's still leaking. It might be the pump, it might be the torque converter again, we're back to that. But it could have been that loose pan. It could have been. So we just need to drive around again and find out what's going on. All right, we're gonna yank the tune out of this thing real quick. I need to see if it had the electronic fans there. Sorry about the focus, the camera doesn't love computers, but we'll pull this thing out with HP tuners, save its file out, and if we need to tune out that fan, which it looks like it just has a standard mechanical fan on it, so we should be good to go. But if we do, it doesn't want to read out the PCM. Traction failed. I think we might have to reboot here. Oh, the car went ahead and rebooted itself. Transfer data timed out. One more time here. Pull that PCM. It's gonna take 24 minutes to read out the ECU on this thing. It just kept failing, so I'm gonna have to go to slow mode, and that takes a lot longer. We're gonna deal with that later. We're gonna call Jasper, see what's up with this transmission. At least we've looked around, and it definitely could have been the pan from how loose it was. And we know we need a fan clutch, and we've got hood struts coming tomorrow. Fan clutch should be in stock at O'Reilly's. We'll grab that. I'm gonna get out of here. We've done our inspection, and we kind of fixed a couple little things along the way today. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks, dog.
Anytime.
Why does that sound like... It sounds like a compound turbo diesel truck. Like, that thing sounds insane.
Which one?
That SUV you just pulled in, that
the Mercedes?
GLA?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not mean.
it's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's not even... Oh, it is an AMG.
It is.
5.5,
yeah.
Yeah, that thing sounded wild when you went around the corner.
That's what I said when I pulled it in earlier.
Sweet. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks.
Yeah.